Okay, welcome to day 4 of my 100-day painting challenge. I'm a bit pressed for time today, so I'm going to have to do something very quick. And I'm going to make some pendants using the Pebeo Prism, Moon and Vitrail paints. Unfortunately, my lighting has failed this evening, so I'm trying to use a desk lamp, which is not really working very well, and I'm afraid there's a little bit of flicker showing up on the video. I don't know whether this is actually going to record. It shows up on the screen as I'm watching it, so this isn't going to be my best quality video. I do apologise, but in the spirit of completing the challenge, I'm going to make the video anyway. So I'll get on and I'm going to have an experiment with these paints. If you haven't used these before, I suggest you have a look at my YouTube videos on making pendants with these paints. And I've also got another short clip which just shows the effects that each paint gives. Prism, just to summarise, the Prism gives like a honeycomb effect. Moon is like a hammered metal finish. And the Vitrail is a glossy glass paint. When they're used together, they create a range of interesting effects. They work with each other and against each other, and all sorts happens, and it's very unpredictable. Sometimes the result is good, sometimes it's not so good. These pendants, what I've found is that if you leave them to dry for 48 hours, you can actually scrape them out and reuse them if you don't like the effect. So there's nothing to lose. Okay, let's give it a go and see what we get. Okay, for the first one, I'm going to use 2 Prism paints, gold and the Marina blue. And I'm going to use it in, try and get sort of like a beach and a loose beach and sea type effect. If you haven't used these before, the effect actually develops over about an hour. So when you first apply them, they just look like a metallic paint, and then as the paint dries and it reacts, and the effect is I normally apply these with coffee stirrers, which is actually a lot easier. But due to me having to change, I was originally going to do an acrylic painting today, but due to time restrictions, I wasn't able to do that. So I'm going to have to make do with, so I had to improvise quite quickly. Right, okay, well that's the first one. I'm going to leave that to react. Okay, now second one, I'm going to try something slightly different. I've got the Vitrail red glass paint. I'm sorry about the quality of the filming of this, because I haven't got the normal lights. I'm having to probably lean across the line of sight of the camera. Okay, gorgeous deep red. Just encourage that into the edge of there. the corners there. What's a beautiful red. Okay, and in that I'm going to drop some prism gold. Just giving those a gentle quite by accident, looks like little fish or creatures. They've all got little eyes. Looks like their mouths are open, chasing each other. Okay, we'll see how that one develops. Never tried that. Okay, what should we try next? Let's try Vitrail with some moon. This is turquoise, very deep. Almost black. The reason these are resting on cocktail sticks is to make them level, because the suspension loop of the pendant is lower than the front of the pendant, so okay, right, let's get the Fantasy Moon. It is very, very important to stir these paints very thoroughly, as the active ingredient in the pigment separates out. You can't actually do it by shaking the bottle. I had one comment on my video when I was making pendants saying that the person had actually lost the will to live watching me keep stirring the paints. Never mind. Right, whoa, that didn't go quite as planned. Right, let's see what happens. Put it on randomly. Should give a random result. Anyway, so let's see what happens there. Okay, let's try. What else have I got? You can see how that the Fantasy Moon there is reacting with the prism paint already. The prism and this one is starting to form the honeycomb cells. This one, the prism is spread out over the Vitrail paint. Right, going to use some turquoise moon. One of the things I'm trying to do in this art challenge is I do favour blues. Blues are my favourite colour, and I tend to use them way too much. So I'm trying to use a range of other colours, but as you can see, 3 out of the first four are blues. Now I think I'm going to try some there's the Pendants, a silver colour. Let's try a little blob in the middle. I'm loving the way that's reacting. It's all creating like a lacy pattern. A little bit disappointed with this. I'm like, I might actually add a little blob of red into the middle of that in a minute. See how it goes. Let's go Vitrail. What else should we try? Right, let's try some Prism Gold. And then I'm going to put some Fantasy Moon over the top of that. Now the moon tends to take over, so I'm going to put just the tiniest amount and so I'm trying to find a colour other than blue. Apricot. That sounds an interesting colour. I haven't used this one. Right, I'm going to put the tiniest amount on. And let's see. Ooh, that wasn't the tiniest amount. I knew that was going to happen. I actually like that colour, this apricot, so I'm going to use this as the basis for the last pendant. As I said, I want to move away from blues. So that is Moon Apricot, and some Moon Silver. A little tiny. Just draw in some like a star shape. Okay, so we got 6 very different pendant styles there. I don't like the way the prism has overtaken this red, so I'm going to add a little bit more red into this. Okay, I'll leave that to dry and see what happens. Okay, apologies for the really poor lighting. The videos will get better. I'm actually just moving the lamp now to try and show you this. This is after 15 minutes. You can see the prism is beginning to form the individual shapes there. The honeycomb shape, the sort of sand. Well, that's my seascape, sand and the sea. The Vitrail and the prism, that's something and nothing really. That's a shame. This is my favourite. This is the dark blues Vitrail and the silver moon. These are the two moons. The effect hasn't really started to. Oh, actually, just looking at that, looks like a smiley face. I've got to change that. This is quite interesting. This is the apricot and the gold moon. Yeah, couldn't remember. And trying to remember what this was. I have to look back. I think this is the apricot and the silver. Again, it's quite effective. Quite pleased with some of those. I think there's 2 disappointments. That's 2 out of 6. I'm not happy with that one. I think I'm actually going to just stir that around a bit so it doesn't look like a smiley face. Oh, sorry, looking. This really is not. I'm not proud of this video. I do apologise. They will get better. Okay. Right, I'm going to leave these for a couple of hours now, and we'll come back to them